Crab meat, people love it. All over the world, it's sweet, it's delicate. It tastes of the sea itself, a clean flavor. Many believe it is one of the finest things you can pull from the ocean. This isn't just food, for some it's a passion, a reason to gather, a reason to celebrate. From street food stalls in Southeast Asia to fancy restaurants in Paris, the demand is huge, and it keeps growing every single year. You find crab in so many dishes. Crab cakes, crab bisque, crab rangoon stuffed into avocados, sprinkled over pasta, or just picked clean from the shell with a bit of butter. It's versatile. It can be the star of the show, or a supporting player that elevates everything else. This adaptability is part of its charm. It's a food that crosses cultures. Everyone has their favorite way to eat it. It's a common language spoken through taste. For some, it's a luxury, a special treat for an important occasion. For others, in coastal towns, it's a staple, a part of daily life. The price can vary wildly, depending on the type of crab, depending on the season, depending on how far it has traveled to reach your plate, but the desire for it, that's pretty consistent. People will pay for good crab. They understand its worth. It's more than just sustenance. But how does that sweet meat get from the ocean floor to your fork? It's a long journey, a tough journey, full of hard work, full of skill, full of dangers too. It involves rough seas, sharp tools, steaming cauldrons, and a lot of hands. This isn't a simple process. It's an industry built on grit and precision, an industry often hidden from view. Let's pull back the curtain on that journey. It all starts out there on the ocean, sometimes calm, often not. Fishermen head out before dawn, their boats cutting through the dark water. The air is cold, salty. They are chasing the crabs. These creatures don't just jump into the boat. You have to go to them, into their world. This is a hunt, pure and simple, a tradition passed down through generations. It takes knowledge of the sea and a lot of courage. They use crab pots or traps. These are big cages made of wire or net, baited with fish or other tempting morsels for a hungry crab. The pots are dropped to the ocean floor, sometimes hundreds of feet down, marked by buoys bobbing on the surface. Then the waiting game begins. Hours, sometimes days, hoping the crabs find their way in, hoping the currents don't carry the traps away. It's a gamble with nature. Hauling the pots back up is back-breaking work. Winches groan, muscles strain. Each pot can be heavy, filled with crabs, or sometimes disappointingly empty, or full of things you don't want. The crew sorts the catch quickly. They measure the crabs. Too small, they go back into the sea, to grow, to breed. Female crabs carrying eggs are also often returned, protecting the future of the fishery. The good crabs are kept, stored in tanks on the boat or packed in ice. The boat heads back to shore, sometimes after many days at sea. The fishermen are tired, weather-beaten, but hopefully with a valuable cargo. This is just the first step, a crucial one. Without their hard work, there's no crab meat for anyone. They are the front line of this entire operation, risking themselves for the catch. Once the crabs reach the processing plant, the next stage begins. This is where the meat is separated from the shell. It's a specialized job. It requires skill and the right tools. These aren't delicate instruments. They are built for a tough task. Sharp knives are essential for cutting through the tough carapace, for separating sections of the crab. Workers handle these with practiced ease, but the risk of a slip is always there. Mallets are used too, small, heavy hammers to crack the larger, thicker shells, especially the claws, where the best meat is often found. You hear the rhythmic tapping, the cracking sounds throughout the plant. Picks, long pointed tools, are used to get into the small crevices, to pull out every last bit of precious meat. It's a meticulous process. Nothing should be wasted. That's the goal. The workers are fast, efficient. They've done this thousands of times. Their hands move with a blur. They know the anatomy of a crab better than most biologists. They know where the meat hides, how to get it out cleanly without shattering the shell into tiny pieces. Shell fragments in the final product, that's a big problem, so they work carefully. Despite the speed, it's a balance of force and finesse. This is often a messy job. Water, shells, crab bits everywhere. The smell of the sea is strong, mixed with the smell of cooked crab. Workers stand for long hours, repeating the same motions. It's physically demanding. It takes concentration. One small mistake can mean a lost piece of meat, or worse, an injury. These are the unsung heroes of your crab dinner. Their labor makes it possible. Before the crabs are cracked, they are usually cooked, and steam is the preferred method. Large industrial steamers are used. These can hold hundreds of pounds of crab at a time. The crabs are loaded in, the doors are sealed, and hot steam fills the chamber. This is a critical step in the process, not just for cooking, but for several important reasons. It's science meeting appetite. The steam cooks the crab meat thoroughly, turning it from translucent to opaque white, developing its sweet flavor. It also helps to loosen the meat from the inside of the shell. This makes the extraction process much easier and faster. If the meat sticks to the shell, it's harder to remove. More meat gets wasted. So perfect steaming is key to a good yield. The timing has to be just right. Steam also plays a vital role in food safety. The high temperatures kill any harmful bacteria that might be present on the crabs. This is crucial for a product that will be canned or sold fresh. Consumers need to trust that the food is safe to eat. Steaming is an effective way to ensure this. It's a non-negotiable part of the modern crab processing industry, a safeguard for public health. After steaming, the crabs are cooled, usually with cold water or ice. This stops the cooking process and makes them safe for the workers to handle. The vibrant red color of the cooked crabs is a familiar sight. The aroma fills the air, a promise of the delicious meat inside. The transformation is complete. The crabs are now ready for the skilled hands or the specialized machines that will finally liberate the prized flesh. Section 5. Mechanical claws assisting human hands. While much of the crab picking is done by hand, technology plays a part too, especially for the tougher bits, like the big claws and legs of larger crab species. This is where claw machines come in. Not the ones you see in arcades trying to grab a stuffed toy. These are serious industrial machines designed for power and precision. They are an important part of modern crab processing. These machines use mechanical force to crack the hard shells of the claws and leg segments. They can be automated or semi-automated, with workers feeding the crab parts into them. The machines apply consistent pressure in just the right places to split the shell open without pulverizing the meat inside. This is something that would be very tiring and time-consuming to do purely by hand, especially with thousands of crabs to process. Using these machines increases efficiency dramatically. More crab can be processed in less time, which helps to keep costs down and makes crab meat more affordable for consumers. It also reduces the physical strain on workers. Cracking tough shells all day can lead to repetitive stress injuries, so these machines are a welcome assistance. They handle the brute force, allowing human workers to focus on the more delicate picking. But these machines don't replace human skill entirely. Workers are still needed to operate the machines, to sort the cracked pieces, and to perform the final detailed picking, especially for the body meat, which is more intricate to extract. The machines are a tool, a powerful tool, but the human element remains essential for quality control and for getting every last shred of that valuable meat. It's a partnership between human and machine. Section 6. Protecting the crew, safety in the processing line. Working in a crab processing plant is not without its risks. The environment is wet, often noisy, and workers are dealing with sharp objects, both the tools they use and the crab shells themselves. Crab shells can be incredibly sharp, like little razors. Cuts and punctures are a constant concern, so safety measures are extremely important. Protecting the workers is a top priority, or at least it should be. Workers wear protective gear. Gloves are essential. Often they are thick, heavy-duty gloves. Some workers, especially those cracking shells, might wear chainmail gloves, similar to what butchers use, to protect against knife slips or sharp shell edges. Eye protection is also vital. Goggles or face shields to prevent flying shell fragments or water splashes from causing eye injuries. Little pieces can go a long way. Proper training in handling tools and equipment is crucial. Workers need to know the right techniques to work safely and efficiently. Regular safety briefings and clear protocols for accidents are also part of the safety program. Good lighting and non-slip floors can help prevent accidents too. Maintaining the equipment, ensuring machines have proper guards, these things matter. They make a real difference in worker well-being. Despite all precautions, injuries can still happen. It's a demanding job. Repetitive motions can lead to strains. The fast pace can lead to errors. Management commitment to safety is key. Creating a culture where workers feel empowered to speak up about safety concerns. Continuous improvement of safety practices is necessary to protect the people who bring this delicacy to our tables. Their health is as important as the product. Section 7. Ocean's balance, a thought for tomorrow. The crabs we enjoy come from the ocean, a vast and complex ecosystem. Our demand for crab meat has an impact on that ecosystem. It's important to think about this, to consider the environmental consequences. We can't just take and take without giving thought to the future. The health of the oceans is tied to our own health and to the future of food. This is a conversation that needs to happen more. Overfishing is a major concern for many crab species. If too many crabs are caught, especially before they have a chance to reproduce, the crab populations can decline. This affects not only the crabs, but also other species in the food web that depend on crabs for food or that are preyed upon by crabs. Regulations are in place to manage crab fisheries. Things like size limits, catch quotas, and closed seasons. These are designed to allow crab stocks to remain healthy. Bycatch is another issue. This refers to other marine animals that are unintentionally caught in crab traps. Fish, starfish, other crustaceans, sometimes even sea turtles or marine mammals, though less common in crab pots. Efforts are being made to design traps that reduce bycatch, for example, by having escape rings that allow smaller animals or non-target species to get out. Minimizing harm to the wider marine environment is crucial. Sustainable fishing practices are the goal. This means harvesting crabs in a way that ensures the long-term health of the crab populations and the ocean ecosystem. Consumers can play a part by choosing crab from well-managed, sustainable fisheries by asking questions about where their seafood comes from. Protecting the ocean's bounty is a shared responsibility for the fishermen, the processors, the sellers, and for us, the eaters. We all have a stake in this. Section 8. The canning line, sealing in the flavor. Once the crab meat has been meticulously extracted and inspected for any shell fragments or imperfections, it's ready for the next stage of its journey. For much of the world's crab, that means canning. The canning process is designed to preserve the meat, to keep it fresh and safe to eat for a long time, allowing it to be shipped across continents and enjoyed months after it was caught. It's a marvel of food preservation. The cleaned crab meat is carefully packed into cans, usually by hand to ensure the delicate flakes aren't damaged. Different grades of meat, lump, back fin, claw, special white, may be packed separately. Brine, a salt solution, is often added. This helps to preserve the meat and enhance its flavor. The cans are then sealed airtight. This is a critical step to prevent any contamination and to maintain the vacuum inside. After sealing, the cans go through a retort process. This is essentially a high-pressure steam cooking, like a giant pressure cooker. The cans are heated to a specific temperature for a specific amount of time. This sterilizes the contents, killing any remaining bacteria or spores, ensuring the crab meat is shelf-stable and safe to eat without refrigeration until the can is opened. It's a precise science. Get it wrong, and the product could spoil. Finally, the cans are cooled, labeled with all the necessary information: brand, type of meat, net weight, origin, and then packed into boxes ready for distribution. This canned crab meat can travel the globe, reaching supermarkets, restaurants, and home kitchens far from any ocean. It's a testament to human ingenuity, finding ways to make a perishable delicacy available to so many, so reliably. Section 9, from sea to you, the journey completed. So there it is, the long, arduous journey of crab meat. From the depths of the ocean, through the hands of rugged fishermen, into the bustling, noisy processing plants where skilled workers use sharp tools and steam, and sometimes powerful machines to extract every precious morsel. It's a path filled with hard labor, with potential dangers, and with a deep connection to the sea. A story often untold. Think about that journey the next time you open a can of crab or order a crab cake in a restaurant. That sweet, flaky meat didn't just appear. It represents a chain of effort, a global industry. It represents livelihoods for people in coastal communities around the world. It represents a natural resource that needs careful management so that future generations can also enjoy it. It's more than just food on a plate. The can sits on your shelf or in your fridge, a humble container. But inside, it holds the taste of the ocean, a taste captured and preserved through a complex, demanding process. It's a small miracle of logistics and labor that brings this food to you from distant waters, across miles and months. It's easy to take for granted the convenience of modern food systems, but there are stories behind every ingredient. So savor that crab. Appreciate the effort, the skill, the resources that went into it, from the fisherman battling the waves, to the worker meticulously picking the shell, to the scientist ensuring its safety and sustainability. It's a global collaboration, a testament to our desire for flavor, for connection to the natural world, even when that world is far away. The journey ends with you at your table. Enjoy it.